I guarantee you'll have to do this in your GCSE exam, and it could be worth 3 or maybe even 4 marks, and it's so easy. This is about how we use our tables and also draw graphs. So the first thing is, how do we draw a table correctly? Well, we need to make sure our unit is in the headings of our table. Our independent variable, or what we're changing or what we are investigating the effect of, is going to go on the left-hand side, and our dependent variable is going to go on the right-hand side. We want to make sure all of the data in our table is also to the same number of significant figures, and we don't have any units in the table either. Once we've got our table, we can then try and put this onto a graph. This is usually worth 4 marks. The first mark is going to come from labeling our axes and drawing our scale. So to label our axes, what's on the left-hand side of the table will always go on the x-axis. So I'm going to put time on the x-axis, and we need to give our unit for our label too. And on my y-axis is going to be my volume of oxygen. So volume of oxygen, again giving my unit. Once I've got my labels, I can then start doing my scale. So I can see that for the time, I need to go from 0, I'll start at 0 and go up to 40. So we're going to start at 0 here. I want to make sure I use at more than half of the grid. The grids that will be given to you in the exam are a specific size. They are the right size that if you get the scale correct, you'll be able to use the whole of the grid as well. So I'm going to draw my scale. I'm going to go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, making sure they are evenly spaced. And then I can do my scale for my y-axis. When we do our scales, we want to make sure we either go up in 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, or 50, or 100. No other numbers. I don't want to see any scales in 3s, 7s, any rubbish like that. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, or 100. Because that way it makes the little squares much, much easier to work out. So going up my y-axis, I've got to get from 2 up to 12. So how am I going to make that fit in? I reckon if I go up in 5s, that's going to fit quite nicely. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. Then I can start to plot my data. When I plot my data, I'm going to go, okay, at a time of 10 seconds, the volume is 2. So 10, 2 is going to be here. We are going to use crosses to plot our data point, not little dots. The cross is more precise because